Okay, I'm back in a local wooded area around where I live. I was trying to get out into another area to do sort of a Halloween type situation. I've got Ray, my dog, with me. And I'm doing some woodland photography. It's that time of year where it's really uninspiring. It's like dull gray clouds and brown environment. So trying to get something pleasant to take a snap at is kind of challenging at the moment. But being Halloween, I thought I'd get some sort of almost desolate, dreary shots. So that's the challenge. And I should be able to come up with some shots that look a bit desolate, to say the least. Just waiting for the seasons to change to snow and bring some different interest back into the area. So anyways, that's what I'm doing in today's episode. We'll do some edits and have a look at the results as normal. Okay, we're back in the in my office, and we're going to do some editing, of course. And today I thought we would do some edits regarding light. So we have a vignette process. It's actually a pretty crazy process that I take, but it's just to highlight there are different ways of doing things in different programs. I don't really like the amount of control you have over the vignette in Lightroom Classic as much as, say, Luminar Neo. So the method I take, and which you'll see here, is a way to control that yourself with a mask. So we're going to do that, and then on another video, which is a HDR merge, I'm not going to show the HDR merge being processed, but the sort of final results. And in this time in Luminar Neo, I'm going to show you how to use the sun rays setting. I have an image you'll see of the sun coming through trees in the forest, and I just used the sun rays to enhance that a little bit. So I'll show you how that works. Okay, well, this one is looking like a pretty fun one for my theme this week of sort of a little bit creepy. I've got like this dense root system and like an old growth forest and twisted gnarled trees and some dark spaces hidden under. So let's see what we can do with this one. Okay, I'm going to work on this guy. So let's change it to, it was cloudy in there, so that'll give it a bit more of a warm hue, but I want to cool this off in there. So we'll adjust that. And it's got quite a lot of, I'm going to get rid of those highlights that we can see up there. And I'm going to just increase the shadows. I don't mind a little darkness happening underneath. I don't mind a little. There, okay, that's good. All right. I was going to make this camera faithful, which, yeah, it sort of broadens the reds there if you see what happened. Let's increase the vibrance. I thought I would play around with the color grading. And I'm just going to boost up the mid-tone luminance.
So, and then I'm going to add some coolness into the shadows. Oh, here we go. This is what we want. So let's try and pick up something like that. I'm just going to get rid of the history grid. And play around with that. Just going to cool that off from being so red a little bit. And you can play with the luminance there. Make that a bit darker. And then here's the variation. You can either sort of get some color harmony in your image and make everything sort of similar. You can see the colors in the ground here becoming orange, and the tree here is orange with less variance, and with more variance, it really, I kind of tend to like more. I think it separates it. Okay, well, that's good. I'm gonna just increase the, let's see what happens. Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's a bit of a chaotic piece. So I've added some cool to the shadows, just a little bit. And then for the highlights, I'll introduce some warm tones. Let's undo that. Let's just have a look. We'll turn it all off and all back on. Yeah, that's giving it a nice sort of bluey, sort of, I like that cinematic look. I'm going to denoise this for sure. I don't need more detail because there's quite a bit of there. Let's look at the lens correction. Remove chromatic aberration. Of course we're going to do that. When we do the enable profile corrections on this, it really adjusts the lighting there, so I might tone that down. I think the vertical and stuff, it's fine on this. Let's just, that tweaks it a little bit. All right, so let's just see what happens when I play with the wrong one. I'm going to get rid of that for a bit because I want it to be a bit of a darker image. Yeah, there we go. We'll reduce the overall exposure. And that makes it a little bit of a darker forest, I think. And actually we'll make a vignette, I think. Right. Invert mask one. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. But I'm gonna just play with sizing and stuff here. So let's see what that looks like in terms of when we tone that down within the mask. I think that's working quite nicely. And then we're also going to now just play with the cropping. Oh yeah, let's constrain it. So let's undo that. I wonder if that hasn't affected my... Kind of want to get that. Yes, that's looking good. Now let's go back to the mask and see. Yeah, that's fine. And I think that's looking good. I may just play with the greens a little bit more and do some adjustments to the color mixing to the luminance. And that's not working on a luminance there. Let's try the yellows. Yeah, let's push them a little. Can you even try and push the green a little? Right. I think a touch to the orange luminance there. Maybe a little bit less than that. Down arrow down to just 5. Let's see what that's done. Yeah, that's just given a little bit more. I think that's looking good.
I'm gaining a lot of respect for other YouTube content creators and finding there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and then it's just a complete waste of time. You're digging yourself a hole in order to get out of it. So people who put out videos are kind of increased. My respect for them has increased because there's a lot of fiddliness with it, and it can be a bit of a hassle. If all you want to do is get out there and take some shots, you're dealing with all this other stuff like editing and audio quality and all this other business. It can be a bit of a hassle, but it's also kind of part of the fun of it if you can lean into it. So that is what I'm trying to do.
Okay, and on with the next one. Okay, and I just opened up this guy in Luminar Neo. I did it was a 3-image HDR merge, and so I've gone through all that. And I just wanted to show you some of the one of the features that it has, which is sun rays. So if you have something that already has like a light source like this, in this case the sun, you can also, there's also a section that's called magic light, and that'll do like, a city scene, and it will put glare spots and things like that on sort of multiple sources of light. But for this one, obviously it's a sun, so we're going to use the sun rays, and you can place, if you see where the sun center is, if you just place it where you already have a light source, and then you can just whack up it can get out of control. You can do, it can get out of control pretty quick, but you can just play with the sliders, of course. The penetration will show you how much the light comes through. I want it to be pretty subtle. I just want a little glow from that. You can just play around with it. And I like to randomize my sun rays like that. And then you can play with the warmth of it, and I want this to be quite warm. As if that's like a spot of a glimmer of hope on the horizon. So let's do it before and after. Yeah, it just gives a little burst, a little assist to a source like that, which I think is is pretty neat. And then I went ahead and did some other edits on this and saved it. But I just wanted to show you that feature that allows you to enhance some of the elements that may already be in your image, and allows you to play with it a little bit more. Is it cheaty? I guess it depends what you do, but it's an art. So whatever makes you like your photograph more, it's like a painting. It's for you to decide, and no one else. So at least that's my opinion. Anyways, that's a cool feature of Luminar Neo. I just thought I'd share with you.
Okay, well, thanks for checking out those processes. So here are the rest of the pics from the past couple of days of shooting. All right, well, thanks for those processes and the final results. And thank you for checking out my channel in general. I've got a few subscribers now, and that's great. And hope to see you again next time. Oh yeah, I forgot. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, put your cell phone notification, comment, all that jazz hands. Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is a test to see if the mic is working.